Rami X back on our video. If you guys all enjoyed today's video, this is gonna be a new series on the channel, so if you guys don't mind that, maybe you guys all enjoy. If you guys don't know about my second channel, which is linked down below, please go check it out. I also make what ifs on there. Just recently started What If Naruto's Ascendu, so if you're curious about that, go check it out down below. And also discussion videos on there where I talk about animes like One Piece, Dragon Ball Z, Naruto, etc. And but with that out of the way, make sure to like, share the video to a friend who likes what ifs or just anime content in general. Subscribers, I want to hit 9K by the end of August, or by August, and 14K by the end of the year. And with that being said, we can now begin the what if. So the backstory of this what if, I think, is going to be decently simple. But Minato's going to be a Uzumaki, and a full Uzumaki at that. And Kushina's also going to be an Uzumaki, just like she was in canon, and a full Uzumaki at that. The birth of Naruto is going to go a bit different because, well, Minato's going to, I guess you could say, have a lot more chakra. And not I guess you could say, yes, he's going to have a lot more chakra. Probably about triple, maybe double. Really just depends on how much you think being an Uzumaki and being a full Uzumaki would boost Minato's reserves. But I think it would be about double, maybe triple. As Naruto was a half Uzumaki, and, well, look at his reserves. Though he does have the 9 tails. Anyhow, Minato would be able to do a lot more, judging by the fact that he has a lot more chakra. As he did remark that just blocking the 9 tails is Tail Beast Bomb drained a lot out of him, so you could say that he was a bit weak when he fought Obito. So we're gonna make it so that Obito's gonna get defeated by Minato much easier, so much so that Obito's gonna retreat after a minute of fighting Minato. Though it may sound a bit, I don't know, too easy, I think that this is just what should happen, but that's just my opinion, of course. Anyhow, the birth of Naruto would then go the same, as Kushina would die from childbirth, and Minato would seal the 9 tails within Naruto. Half of the 9 tails within himself, and half of the 9 tails in a baby Naruto. Minato, having a much stronger life force in this timeline, would tell Hiruzen to take care of Naruto, but not only that, he would also tell Hiruzen to, well, visit a place, which I'll get into later on in the what if, that contains a sword and a scroll for Naruto when he comes of age. Minato would feel as if he had an incentive, not just to raise Naruto, but to see what was in the scroll. Of course, Hiruzen didn't want to just look at the scroll himself, because he felt as if that wasn't doing justice to Minato. He felt as if that was doing, I guess you could say, wrong. But he would decide to raise Naruto, and I think that was the right decision for Hiruzen, because in the canon, I'm not really sure why he didn't, but he had his reasons, I guess. But he's going to be raising Naruto. Minato would then pass on, as Naruto would start to consider Konohamaru and Asuma as his younger brother, that being Konohamaru, and his older brother, that being Asuma. At a young age, Naruto had to be, I guess you could say, taught how to control his chakra. He regularly trained to control his chakra with Asuma, trying to control his chakra through chakra blades, and kind of like, I guess you could say, push his chakra out and just utilize the chakra blades, just how Asuma did, but not even close to the same degree of skill, because first off, Naruto's chakra control is very, I guess you could say, wonky, and second off, Naruto's not really able to use wind style, and that was a big part of how strong Asuma was with the chakra. Anyhow, Naruto would finally, I guess you could say, be able to learn how to use the chakra blades properly, as this was a very good exercise for Naruto. Not only did he do this, but he practiced basically shooting out his chakra into strings, which helped him out a lot, especially during his training with Asuma, where he perfected his, I guess you could say, chakra blades techniques. And eventually, Naruto had become 6 years old. When Naruto becomes 6 years old, he was introduced to a new concept that he had never known before this point. This concept was known as chakra natures. Naruto was first introduced to the chakra nature of wind style. Because, like I said before, he trains regularly with Asuma when Asuma has downtime or when he's just not on a mission. So he knew of Asuma's wind style chakra nature and was shown it very early on. Naruto was amazed at how strong the wind chakra nature was, especially when used in tandem with the chakra blades. This was something that Naruto really wanted to do. He couldn't fathom having such a power, so he really wanted it. But he knew if he tried enough, then he could. Naruto then thought to himself as he looked up into the sky. It was a night, so he looked into the midnight sky, if you will. Naruto thought to himself, what will I do? You see, earlier this day, Asuma had asked Naruto to think about what he wants to do when he's older, so Naruto was thinking about it. What should I do? Naruto thought to himself. I guess I could become a skilled ninja, somebody to be feared around the nation, maybe even in all 5 great nations. Nah, that sounds too lame, though it is really cool. Maybe I'll do something like Asuma did and join a group that protects somebody or something. Because if you did not know, Asuma was in the Shinobi 12. Anyhow, maybe I could even... Wait, could I? Naruto thought to himself. Could I become Hokage? This lit a fire within Naruto, and this paved the way to many things. You see, Naruto after this day had a new drive. He wanted to become Hokage, and he would do nothing to not, I guess you could say. Because, well, Naruto, just like in canon, will not give up on his dream. The next day, Naruto would tell Asuma that he wants to become Hokage, as Asuma would laugh. Do you think somebody like you, a mere 6-year-old, could become Hokage? Naruto would laugh at this as well. You see, Asuma, I don't plan to become Hokage right now. I plan to beat you and father. By that, father, he means Hiruzen. And then, only then will I have the right to become Hokage. And not only that, but I'll be the strongest Hokage there ever is. And Asuma, since you were around way before me, how strong was father back when he was young? You're asking me? Well, to be honest, I'm only, even if you're stretching it, 20 years older than you. So why would I know? How would I know? I was brought into the world when Pops was still, over 40. Maybe even 30. I'm not really sure right now. I see. Well, how strong do you think he was? Well, if the rumors are true, then he was as strong as the first and second Hokage. Heck, he was stronger. Because in some rumors, they say that in Pops' prime, he was the strongest Hokage to ever live. Well, that's interesting. I never knew he was that strong for a febile old man. Did you not hear me? I said in his prime. That was the question you asked too, so you should know that. Prime doesn't mean febile old man. He's far out of that era. Heck, long gone. Not saying he's not strong and all. Heck, I think he could beat me with only breaking a sweat. Maybe even not if he tried hard enough. But he'd probably still break a sweat. Well, thanks, Asuma. No problem, Naruto. Now, would you like to start training? Naruto would nod as Asuma and Naruto would begin to train. 2 more years would pass as Naruto would master the wind chakra nature. Because, well, his chakra control is pretty good now. And he's just been able to do 2 things that I think are pretty important. He's been able to learn the multi-shadow Jutsu, which came pretty easy to him. Because in the canon, he learned it in an hour, so it basically just took him like a week to learn. I think that's pretty reasonable given the fact that he's 6 years old and has better chakra control than his 12-year-old counterpart. So I think he should be able to learn the Shadow Jutsu in 1 week. Heck, even less if you really I guess you could say, getting down to the point, but you know, it is what it is. So, Naruto had learned the multi-Sharingan Jutsu trick, and by that, he was able to speed up training. And not only that, but he basically did the same thing that he did in canon, or attempted to do. Since Naruto knows how to use the chakra blades, and I'll get into explain this, he is able to, I guess you could say, funnel wind chakra through it. So the first thing that he learns to push wind chakra through are his chakra blades. So he immediately kind of adapted a bit of Asuma's fighting style, which I think is pretty, I guess you could say, awesome in a way. Not too much, but you know. And so Asuma had picked up on this and started to teach Naruto more advanced ways of how to funnel his chakra, even being able to make, I guess you could say, extensions of his blades, which Asuma has been shown to be able to do with his chakra. So I think Naruto would also be able to do this with enough training from Asuma. Eventually, Naruto would finally learn the chakra nature, and like I said before, he learned it 2 years later, which would mean that Naruto is now 8 years old. Naruto would then have to join the academy, being forced by Hiruzen, as Naruto would then, well, join. Naruto would be seen as somewhat of a prodigy, not too much, because not too many people, especially not the Genin in, I guess you could say, the academy, not too many people knew of his heritage, and especially, I guess you could say, common villagers or commoners, whatever you want to call them, they definitely didn't know about the Uzumaki, but most villagers who were very old, or even ninja who were young and old, knew of Naruto's A, importance, and B, that he was an Uzumaki, judging by his starking red hair, as they just made the connection between Kushina, and it was pretty simple for most ninja to figure out on that end. Naruto in the academy would do many things. First off, he's not struggling with his chakra control, so he's able to easily rise through the ranks. Naruto's been taught by people like Asuma and Hiruzen, and he's been accompanied by people like Konohamaru, though Konohamaru at this point isn't very strong. Either way, he's been, I guess you could say, around many people who have done very great things. Hiruzen himself was rumored to be the strongest Hokage in his prime, the professor of all jutsu. In the Leaf Village, that is. So, I see no reason why Naruto wouldn't be even close to as smart as them. So, what I mean by that is that Naruto's basically just going to be very smart. He's going to pick up on a lot of things. He's going to have battle sense from Asuma, and just, like, book smarts from Hiruzen. So, because Naruto should be able to be a prodigy, since I think, in general, he was a prodigy in the original, but he didn't have the right resources to become one, so he has these resources, so he's just going to be a flat-out prodigy. He's going to learn in the academy, he's going to actually stick to what they say in the academy, he's going to get very good grades and everything like that, and he's going to be the #1 student in the academy, with a #2 place going to Sasuke Uchiha, who was infuriated at Naruto's growth, so angry that somebody who, at least to him, wasn't even from a noble clan, was able to best him so heavily, especially since this Sasuke is much more, I guess you could say, depressed, I guess you could say, because Itachi murdered his clan or massacred his clan, so right now he's just not in the mood for people to start surpassing him. He, at least initially coming into the academy, thought that he would be the strongest, nobody else would rival him, and he would be able to just, like, dominate the academy. So he was very upset when Naruto was able to easily best him, because for Naruto, the academy was just a place where he could spend time. Right after the academy, he would immediately train with people like Asuma, if Asuma was free, or by himself, or he would just try to train up Konohamaru to become a stronger ninja, and just when he trained with Konohamaru, he'd take it as, I guess you could say, a warm-up day, or just a free day, a rest day, if you will. And then when he trained with Asuma, that was where he'd go really heavy. And when he got the chance to train with Hiruzen, he would take it because he didn't get it every day, especially because Hiruzen was very busy, and the Nine Tails attack had only happened 6 years ago, so he has a lot of work on his hands. Anyhow, Naruto would then age to about 10 years old. That's about 2 years. I don't know when the academy started to adopt training, I guess you could say, into it. I don't know if they adopted it when Naruto would be 8 or when Naruto would be 10, but we're going to say for the sake of the story that they would adopt it when Naruto is 10. So Naruto would, I guess you could say, have to be pitted up against Sasuke Uchiha. Naruto would gladly accept this fight as he wanted to test his skill against somebody from a noble clan like Sasuke and the last remaining survivor. You see, Naruto had talked about Sasuke with Hiruzen, or rather, Hiruzen had talked to Naruto about Sasuke, telling Naruto to be kind to Sasuke because he had lost his clan. Naruto, in response to Hiruzen saying this, would ask how Sasuke had exactly lost his clan, as Hiruzen would tell Naruto that a year or two ago, since Naruto at this point is 10 and the Uchiha massacre happened when he was 8, a year or two ago, a man named Itachi Uchiha, who is Sasuke's older brother, massacred the entire clan, leaving no survivors but Sasuke. Sasuke had witnessed this all, causing him to kind of break down. It also seemed as if Itachi had placed a genjutsu on Sasuke that was basically unbreakable, so Sasuke relived the moments of the massacre over and over again. So you can see how that can take a toll on such a kid as old as yourself. Naruto, I guess you could say at that time, would nod as Naruto would remember that memory that he was fond of with Hiruzen. Naruto thought to himself, should I go easy because of what Dad said? Or should I hold nothing back? Push beyond my limits? Well, we'll see. Gradually I'll release my chakra. Now, Shadow Clone Jutsu, Naruto would say as he would create a Shadow Clone. Sasuke would do the same, as 3 more Shadow Clones would be created by Naruto. What, Sasuke thought to himself in his head? What is he planning? Heck, I didn't even know he had that much chakra. You see, just creating a Shadow Clone in the Academy is a lot of chakra for most students in the Academy, and I think, at least I assume, that Sasuke doesn't have that much more than all those students, at least not at this time period. So, about 3 Shadow Clones is a lot of Shadow Clones, and about 4 Shadow Clones is even more than that, so I believe that 4 Shadow Clones would surprise Sasuke, even though he does have the Fireball Jutsu, if you will. Sorry. Sasuke would then watch as Naruto would send the clones towards Sasuke. Sasuke and his clone would basically take care of these clones, but with effort. They would have to put their back into it, if you will. Sasuke would then grab a kunai from his pouch, as he would tell Naruto that he's not going to hold back. Naruto would laugh. I would rather have it no way. Wait, what do you mean by that? Sasuke would ask. Oh, sorry. I was thinking about my next strategy. I wouldn't rather have it any other way, is what I meant to say. Oh, well, next time get your words right, because, we're gonna be fighting, and I'm not gonna let you just think. Now, I'm coming, Sasuke, Naruto would say. You are? Naruto would then appear behind Sasuke, as he would kick Sasuke, sending him flying into a nearby tree. What the? Sasuke thought. His speed, it's unreadable. Almost lightning fast. How? He's only 10, just like I. God. Damn it. How? How can somebody as lowly as Naruto be so powerful? You see, of course, Naruto's not lonely. He's very strong. He's a prodigy in his own right, everything like that. But, of course, Sasuke doesn't know this. He doesn't know the rumors. He doesn't know of even Naruto's noble clan. All he knows about is that Naruto is the #1 ranked Academy student, trumping over him. Sasuke Uchiha is your name, is it not? Yes, and what does that matter to you, Naruto? Well, then, if you're the last remaining Uchiha, at least besides your older brother. Sasuke is also hearing this by whisper. This is not being said out loud by Naruto, because he was also told on that same day where he talked about Hiruzen, or talked with Hiruzen about Sasuke, that Sasuke was, well, I guess you could say a secret. Not necessarily that he was a secret, but his older brother, like, being alive and him not being the only surviving member is kind of a secret to, like, general people. So Naruto, just in case, was saying this to Sasuke in his ear. Sasuke Uchiha, wasn't it? If you're the remaining, and if you're the only remaining Uchiha besides your older brother, And as I can see this malice in your aura, you want to kill him. Just me speaking about him makes you angry, doesn't it? Sasuke would then grit his teeth. You don't know a damn thing about Itachi. Heck, maybe I don't. But I've read many books on him. Him and his good pal Shisui. They're very powerful. Heck, in the Anbu they did many great things for the Leaf Village. So much so that they were considered heroes of the Uchiha clan. The first Uchihas to not join the police force and to actually become ninja. Heck, the first Uchiha to join the Anbu in general. I envy those two. Heck, in some way or another they may even be my idols. Idol, you make me sick. If your idol is somebody who would kill and massacre their own clan, then I cannot hold back. Sasuke would immediately jump up into the air as he would create the hand signs for the Uchiha-style fireball jutsu. I'm fed up with your talking, Naruto. Sasuke would then blow this jutsu as Naruto would block. Naruto's clothes were now all burnt and kind of just messed up and ragged as Naruto tells Sasuke that he's gonna have to pay for his new clothes. Sasuke would smirk. Only if you beat me. Well then, if that's the case, Naruto would quickly appear behind Sasuke, slamming his head into the ground. So you said if I beat you, you'd replace my clothes? Well, that's gonna be 600 Ryo, Sasuke. 600 Ryo? Yep, gimme. Sasuke would then tell Naruto that he'll give it to him later as he needs a minute. Naruto would then say sure as he would walk away from Sasuke. But he would then turn around. Stand up, Sasuke. You see everybody here. Everybody around me is looking at me as if I've done some horrible deed. I think they might think I killed you. So stand up already. Sasuke would then stand up in the arms of Naruto as a tear would be shedded from Sasuke's eye. Why am I so weak? Naruto, do you know? Honestly, I don't really know. Actually, for that matter, I don't think it's my place. Your place? You don't think so? Why? You're strong, aren't you? Aren't you the #1 student in the academy? You're right, I am. But it's not my place to decide if you're strong or not, because being strong is not only your strength, but it is also your will. You didn't respond earlier when I asked if you wanted to kill Itachi. But you did grit your teeth when I said that just saying his name makes you angry, so I assume that you do. If you want to accomplish that, then you'll need to get through me. You'll need to get stronger, and you'll need to get strong enough to protect your village. If you cannot do that, then you cannot stop Uchiha Itachi, the strongest Uchiha living. Of course, to Naruto, he's the strongest Uchiha living. Depending on your standpoint, Obito might be stronger, but that really just depends on how you think, because this is kind of still a prime Itachi who hasn't really suffered from his illness that much, as he's only like 2 years. I guess you could say this is only 2 years after the massacre, so he's not really that sick, if you will. Anyhow, Naruto would then leave, I guess you could say, the academy, as the day had basically ended and they were sent home. Everybody was sent home, for that matter. It wasn't just Naruto. Anyhow, 2 more years would now pass as Naruto was now 12. In these 2 years, Naruto has been training with Sasuke as they've both been bettering each other. They've also created a brother-like bond where they regularly spar. Sasuke has also sparred heavily with Asuma, Hiruzen, and even Konohamaru, who Konohamaru has become Genin level at the age of about like 10, 8. That's because, well, for the most part, Sasuke and Naruto have both been training him very heavily, so he's getting stronger, and he's been joining in on some training with Asuma and Hiruzen. Hiruzen sometimes spars with Sasuke, as Naruto and Sasuke do give him a run for his money sometimes, and they kind of put him out of commission. that's not saying that they're stronger than Hiruzen, not even close. Actually, they don't even come close to him at all. What I mean by that is Hiruzen's usually already really tired out from his paperwork, and he usually just, kind of just uses it to make them stronger. So, Hiruzen's just doing his good boy points. Anyhow, I don't know what that was, but I hope you guys all enjoyed today's video. Basically, we left off, basically where we're leaving off is at the start of the bell test. I hope you guys didn't mind all my stutters, if you will, because this video is off script, so I'm sorry about that. But check out my main channel, this one. Subscribe, please, as I want to hit 9,000 subscribers by the end of August and 14K by the end of the year. And check out my second channel down below, as I want to hit 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year on that channel. And I also make what ifs, like what if Naruto Senju, what if Jiraiya was Uzumaki, and many discussion videos. Anyhow, with that being said, I hope you guys all enjoyed today's video, and Rami X out.